Welcome to TraceLInk University. I'm Caitlin Shalata. Today, we are going to look at the exchange of purchase orders and purchase order acknowledgements between pharmaceutical manufacturers and their external manufacturing partners using the TraceLInk Multi-Enterprise Information Network Tower, or MINT, to help supply chains become more agile. Supply chain leaders at pharmaceutical manufacturers have been looking to outsource more and more of their operations to third parties. They're doing this as a way to make their supply chain more agile so that they can adjust quickly to any challenges that might arise in their operations. These business processes are then outsourced to third parties, which rely heavily on manual processes to exchange purchase orders and purchase order acknowledgements, using things like emails, faxes, spreadsheets. And these types of manual processes can really lead to human errors. They can be slow, and they mean that you have a real lack of information when trying to run your business in a really agile way. Today, we are going to look at how Mint can help solve those challenges that you have with all of these manual processes. We're going to look at how automating purchase orders and purchase order acknowledgements through the Mint solution can help improve overall accuracy because you're no longer going to have to manually key in all of the information into your internal system. It's going to allow for faster and more efficiently processing because the purchase orders and the acknowledgements of the purchase orders are going to come automatically from your third parties into your system. Overall, that real-time data is going to allow for better visibility into your supply chain, which is going to help those supply chain leaders be more agile in their overall operations. Today, we're going to specifically look at the exchange of purchase orders and purchase order acknowledgements, but TraceLInk supports all of the transactions that you might need for your business so that you can really drive that end-to-end visibility and efficiency with all of your trade partners. I'm going to go into the user interface and show you what it looks like for you as the pharmaceutical manufacturer, and then I'm going to go in and show you what your partner is going to see, which is the exact same thing that you see, so that you guys have that shared visibility and that shared truth of the data, and you're not looking at two different spreadsheets that are out of date. You have real-time information that you both have access to. And then finally, I'm going to go through the reports and dashboards. You can create reports based on your business requirements and share those with your partners so that they can see and access the same reports that you have internally. Now let's go take a look at it. Okay, now I am logged into the TraceLInk application. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the TraceLInk extensible transfer for AWS. We're going to find that by going here to the main menu and selecting extensible TraceLInk transfer AWS. Once on there, we have the B2B connections screen as well as the B2B messages. I'm going to select on the left-hand side, search B2B messages. This is the screen where your IT team can monitor the in and outbound file transfers that are happening between yourselves and those third parties. So it's a place that they can come and they can monitor all of the traffic between any party that's sending you data and that you are sending data on behalf of. So it's really that user interface where your IT team can monitor the day-to-day operations of the file transfers. So I'm going to select search B2B messages on the left-hand side, and I'm going to come down here to the search screen. We have a few filters that can help you monitor this information. We have any failed transactions, any processing, so things that are still in processing status, and then we have successful transfers. I'm going to select failed, and I'm going to go to last month, and I'm going to click apply. Here I can see that there was an error with a purchase order that was sent between my pharmaceutical manufacturer, in this case Medivonic, going to their partner Renderico. So this is something that your IT team will want to monitor and make sure that they can view the actual error message and troubleshoot what might be going wrong with that. You can see here that there's an error description, so they can use that and they can troubleshoot the errors. So we have the screen where your IT team can come in and manage and monitor this. We also have notifications, so if anything were to fail, they could get notified right away and take action depending on what the error was. Next, we're going to look at where your supply chain leaders can actually view the information for the purchase orders and the purchase order acknowledgements. So for that, I'm going to go back here to the main menu, and I'm going to select My Networks. When I'm on My Networks, I'm going to pick, in this scenario, my Mint external manufacturing organization, and I'm going to click the Go button. On the left-hand navigation, I'm going to see all transactions, and then I'm going to see the manufacturing. For this scenario, I am the customer ordering from my third-party supplier. But if I were a supplier ordering from a customer, I would select the manufacturer supplier on the left-hand side. So the first thing that we have inside of Mint is all transactions. So if I select my business transactions, this is going to show you all of the transactions that you're receiving inside of Mint. Today, we're going to look at the purchase orders and the purchase order acknowledgements. You can see here a little bit more information similar to what your IT team saw. The only difference is that you're going to get a little bit more information about the actual transaction as opposed to just the flow of data in and out of the system. So here you can see that you sent this file to Renderico. This one was delivered. In this case, there was an error associated with that. So it's another place that you can come in and monitor sort of the overall flow of the information. This gives you a really good view because it can show you all of your transactions in one place so that you can have that true end-to-end view of everything that's happening in your supply chain. Then, when you want to dig into an individual transaction, we're going to go look at that now. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to select manufacturing customer because that's who I am. And I'm going to look at the purchase orders. So these are the purchase orders that you have submitted to your external manufacturing partners. So you can see here, you can see all of the purchase order, the state of that purchase order, the supplier at which you're issuing that to, the order date, the delivery date, and the last modified. Then if you want to drill into one, you can pick any one of the transactions, select the purchase order number, and you can drill into the information so you can really get a good idea of what's in an individual purchase order. Here at the top hand, you can see sort of the entire process. We already sent that purchase order to our partner, Renderico. If I scroll down, I can see some of the information associated with that purchase order. I can see the order information. I can see the customer, the supplier, the ship information if I have that, and then my line items. And it will show you all of the line items that you might have associated with that purchase order. So you have full visibility into all of the information that you are transmitting to your partner. And then if I want to come here, I can see the purchase order acknowledgement. So I want to know what my partner has acknowledged and when they are going to be able to deliver those products to myself. So in here, we were just in this same purchase order here. So I'm going to select on that for the purchase order acknowledgement. You can see that it was sent by, in this case, Renderico, which is your third-party manufacturer, to you, which is Medivonic, the manufacturer in this scenario. You can see that you ordered it on January 30th. And you can see the purchase order. So you can navigate back to the original purchase order that you have seen. So you have a really good tie-in between all of the transactions that are working closely together for you to be able to manage those supply chain operations. And then you can see some information about your customer and supplier. Again, the shipping information if you have it, and then any line item information as well. So you can easily come in here and view all of the information that's being exchanged between you and your trade partner. In addition to that, if I scroll down here, I can see that I have some reports and dashboards. So you can build any type of reports and dashboard that you might have to help you manage your business in that more agile fashion. So if I select the external manufacturing purchase order and acknowledgement report that I have created, this is just a simple report that shows you any sent purchase orders and the received purchase order acknowledgement back from those. So you can come here, you can look at the report. If you open the groups items, you can see all of the information associated with them. You can filter in real time. So you can find only Renderico. You can come in here, you can search for a supplier by just typing their name in, and it'll pre-filter all of the information for you. You can move the columns around dynamically. You can add columns as you want them or need them. You can filter the columns. So you can really come in here and have access to all of your information that's going to allow you to run your business more efficiently. Next, we're going to look at the dashboard capability that we provide. The dashboards are going to allow you to create tailored reports. They're going to allow you to create tailored charts, anything that you might need to really help you gain those real-time business insights that are going to help manage your operations more efficiently. So here you can see that I have the average days between order and delivery by supplier. I have our external manufacturers by item code, and then I have the report that we looked at down here. So you can easily come in and you can create these dashboards that are really going to help you manage those business operations. So I just showed you all the screens that you have access to as the pharmaceutical manufacturer that's really going to help you with your purchase order and your purchase order acknowledgement. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to log in as one of your suppliers and show you what their view is. Now that I've logged in as one of your suppliers, in this case, Renderico, as you can see here in the left-hand corner, I'm going to select here on the main menu. Instead of my networks, I'm going to select my partner networks because in this case, I'm acting as a partner to you as the third-party supplier. In the dropdown, I'm going to pick Medivonic, which is the external manufacturing organization. And you can see here that I am the partner Renderico. The left-hand side looks very similar to the left-hand side that we just showed. The only difference here is that I can only see the manufacturer supplier since I am a trade partner to you using the system. So here we have all transactions. I have also the business transactions on the left-hand side. I'm going to be able to see them, but I'm only going to be able to see those transactions between myself and Medivonic. When you were in your version, you could see all of your suppliers, but as a trade partner, I'm only going to see that information which pertains to me as your third-party suppliers. But I have the same view of all of the transactions, all of the results, all of the information that I sent and exchanged between my system and you as the pharmaceutical manufacturer. I'm going to select purchase order on the left-hand side. Here in the main menu, I have access to all of the same purchase order information that you have sent me. So I can click on that same purchase order that we were looking at on the other side. And you can see that I have the same information that you have. So instead of having emails, having outdated spreadsheets, we now have a shared truth of the exact same information in real time. And we're not worried that some information is out of date, that it got lost in your email, that maybe we didn't pick up the phone. We have true end-to-end visibility into what is happening in our operations. On the left, if I select purchase order acknowledgements, here I can see the purchase order acknowledgements that I sent back to you. So again, we have that same shared visibility into all of the operations that we're performing on your behalf. And finally, here on the left-hand side, I can see those same reports that you created on your end. So the way it works is you will create these reports and you will share them out with your suppliers so that they have the information that you want so that they can also help manage their operations more efficiently. So next, we're going to go to the reports and dashboards. So these are the same reports and dashboards that you have on your side. You will create them and you will share them with your suppliers so that they are going to see the same information that you see. They can come in here and they can select the purchase order and purchase order acknowledgement report. They can view all of the same information. They can filter it. They can look at the different columns. But what they can't do is they cannot create new reports and they cannot edit the reports that you have created on their behalf. So it's a view-only role into that information. They can also access the dashboard, so we can look at that next. If I select dashboard on the left-hand side, I can see that same exact dashboard that I was just looking at on your side. So it really is a way for you to share that information with your supplier in real time so that they have that shared truth and that shared visibility of the same information. So you can see through TraceLink's Mint solution, this real-time purchase order and purchase order acknowledgement information is really going to help you manage your supply chain in a more agile fashion. This is going to allow those supply chain leaders to really manage their businesses more efficiently to avoid those stockouts or having to carry high levels of inventory to compensate for not knowing how much product you have and when it's going to be delivered. Now that you have seen how Mint can help transform your purchase orders and purchase order acknowledgements, imagine what it can do to the rest of your supply chain. If you're interested in learning more, contact us for a demo or visit us at tracelink.com/resources. Thanks for watching and have a great day.